Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and thank you for tuning into a brand new episode of The Nation Wants to Know. And The Nation wants to know that what does Udhayanidhi Stalin mean when he says, let's wait and watch? Remember, the question was about the Sanatan slander, the Sanatan hate, the annihilation of Sanatan. And ladies and gentlemen, we just have one demand on behalf of over 97 crore Hindus of the country today. What is that one demand? That Rahul Gandhi needs to clarify. Is he okay with Sanatan hate like this? Or is he a part of this larger organized political conspiracy to target one particular community? Pawan Kalyan, who's a Deputy Chief Minister in the state of Andhra Pradesh, says that you want the same Hindu votes, you want the same Sanatan votes, but you go and berate Lord Ram. You say ki Pran Pratishtha was just about Naach Gana. That cannot be tolerated. He not just attacks Rahul Gandhi, he also has a clear word of advice today for leaders like Udhayanidhi Stalin, who today is the Deputy Chief Minister in the state of Tamil Nadu. And he, remember, had spoken about Sanatan being like dengue, malaria. So for a long time, we all Hindus have tolerated this hate against Sanatan. But the question is, for how long? Remember, India as a country is 80% Hindus. So should we continue to tolerate this Hindu abuse, this Hindu slander every time? Or this is a part of a larger agenda by the India Alliance, the entire opposition? Because when it comes to votes, they will say that they stand for everyone. But look at the kind of comments that you have seen of late. We'll also bring up images of Rahul Gandhi now. And do remember, this is no longer now a fleeting mention. This is no longer just about an individual and just one individual comment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the entire string of comments that has been made against the Sanatan Dharma, against Hindus, you will realize that there is a larger pattern. There is a toxic political strategy right now to promote Hindu phobia. So is Rahul Gandhi a part of that entire agenda to promote Hindu phobia? Should Hindus in the country be scared? Should we be tolerating this abuse day in and day out? I want you to take a moment to listen in to two direct comments that have come in. You've heard Udhayanidhi Stalin when he says, let's wait and watch. What does he mean by saying, let's wait and watch? Is the idea to annihilate the Sanatan Dharma? Listen in to the reply earlier that has also come in from Pawan Kalyan, the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also then I'll tell you what he has said vis-a-vis Rahul Gandhi.
ఈ మధ్యన ఒక యువ నాయకుడు అన్న మాటలు సనాతన ధర్మం ఒక వైరస్ దాన్ని అంతం చేస్తాం మీరు ఇలాంటి స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఒక ఇస్లాం మీద జరిగితే వెంటనే దేశంలో ఉన్న కోర్టులన్నీ స్పందిస్తాయి నిర్దాక్షిణ్యంగా శిక్షిస్తాయి కానీ సనాతన ధర్మాన్ని బూతులు తిట్టండి శ్రీరామచంద్రమూర్తిని పాదరక్షలతో కొట్టండి అమ్మవారిని తిట్టండి సరస్వతి అమ్మవారిని ధైర్యం చేయండి ఒక్క కోర్టులో మాట్లాడ భయపడతాయి కోర్టులు కూడా
Pawan Kalyan said Sanatana Dharma cannot be wiped out. Those who said it will be wiped out.
Okay, let's wait and see. Thank you.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. That is exactly what you hear from Udhayanidhi Stalin. He, remember, is an ally of Rahul Gandhi, the same Rahul Gandhi who holds the constitution, Samvidhan, Nyay, his Mohabbat ki dukaan that he speaks about. So are Hindus not a part of that Mohabbat ki dukaan? Is Lord Ram not a part of that Mohabbat ki dukaan? Aren't these relevant questions today that he, as the leader of the opposition, must also answer? Because he, remember, is the same individual, he is the same leader of the opposition, ladies and gentlemen, who had said that the Pran Pratishtha at Ayodhya was just a Naach Gana. You remember that comment? Multiple times, whether it's about the Senegal, whether it's about the Ramcharitramanas, multiple comments from the opposition have told you that they hate the Hindus. But why do they hate the Hindus so much? Because they want the Hindu votes, but still they will go in to slander the Hindus? Take a moment now to listen into responses earlier that have come in again from the leader of the oppositions before we try and understand that what is the genesis of this anti-Sanatan tirade? And should Hindus be apologetic in a country that has about 80% Hindus? Sit back and watch what has happened.
When the honorable opposition leader, Sri Rahul Gandhi says, Ayodhya ceremony when he compares to it as a Nachigan Sabha, none of the Sanatani Hindus should not get hurt. We have to be happy about it. And you want the votes of all the Sanatani Hindus to get into the power, to be a political leader, to be in the opposition. And you want all the votes of Sanatani Hindus. But you don't respect Lord Rama. You might hate Modi ji. You might hate us. But don't you guys dare to talk about Lord Sri Rama.
आपने राम मंदिर खोला, सबसे पहले आपने राष्ट्रपति से कहा कि भैया आप आदिवासी हो, आप तो अंदर आ ही नहीं सकती, अलाउ नहीं है आपको। उसके बाद अमिताभ बच्चन को बुला लिया, अदानी को बुला लिया, अंबानी को बुला लिया, किसी एक मजदूर को नहीं आने दिया। आपने किसी बढ़ई को देखा, किसान को देखा, मजदूर को देखा? कोई नहीं। डांस गाना चल रहा है, प्रेस वाले हाय 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 कर रहे हैं, नाच गाना चल रहा है, डांस चल रहा है, पूरा हिंदुस्तान डांस कर रहा है। ये रियलिटी है आपकी।
So Rahul Gandhi says ye reality hai aapki. He's speaking to the Hindus like that. And have you heard a word of condemnation that has come in from any other opposition neta? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is a no. Absolutely no one. Let's say good evening to Dushyant Sridhar, who's a Vedic scholar. He has some very, very strong opinions on the entire issue. We also have Dr. Suman C. Raman, who's a political analyst on the show right now. I also do see Chundru Sundara Rama Sharma. He's a national spokesperson of the YSRCP. Also, we have Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, who's a political analyst on the show. We are waiting also for representative of the BJP, Radhika Khera, to join us in just a moment. Also, good evening to Professor Jyotsna, who represents the TDP on the show. Sumant, let's begin by asking you, is it fashionable, to attack the Hindus, to slander Sanatan Dharma? Is this how politics will be played in a country that is 80% Hindus? Should we learn to live with this abuse, Sumant?
I think this Hindu Katre Mein Hai has run its course. I don't think it has got any political capital any longer. And those who keep pushing it will realize that, that it's not going to have electoral dividends simply because it is not true. Every time we say these are people, the Congress party is made up of majority of Hindus. All opposition parties are made up of majority of Hindus. Why would they insult their own religion?
Sumant, then how does Rahul Gandhi say that what happened during the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya was just a Naach Gana? Pawan Kalyan says that you go to the same Hindus for vote. You hate Narendra Modi, it's okay. You might not like me as in Pawan Kalyan, but why do you hate Lord Ram?
He doesn't. How do you know he hates Lord Ram? What is the meaning of this? Look, this is most illogical, and you have to wake up that the people have got tired of this. It's not going to give any electoral dividends. You see what will happen in Haryana. You see what will happen in Maharashtra. At least if that can convince these people that this Hindu-Muslim thing is past its use by
But who's
date.
guilty? Who's guilty, Sumant, of playing this Hindu versus Muslim politics? Can you tell me?
No. Whoever has been consistently saying that people can be identified by their clothes, etc., in election campaigns, who has been, putting out propaganda that paints the Congress party as being anti-India. They are lovers of Pakistan. What kind of rubbish is this?
Okay.
I think
Sumant, I'll just beg your indulgence for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Need to eradicate Sanatan Dharma like dengue, malaria. Sanatan Dharma is like HIV and leprosy. Doesn't treat you like humans as good as disease. When was Hinduism born? Who started it? Yeah. This is still a question. Brahmanism is the root of all disparity. Hinduism is a hoax. Ramcharitra-Manas is a book that spreads hate.
Yeah.
Who has said all this?
1 minute. Now, the DMK is a party that is fundamentally and has for decades been saying the same thing. It is for the people to wake up and vote them out. But simply going on saying Hindu Katre Mein Hai, or, Hindus should awake and arise and so on.
Okay.
Is, first of all, you please understand, if majority Tamil Nadu is 85-83% Hindu, right? If they are voting this party back to power again and again, despite them making statements like this, then who is your anger against? You think only minorities are voting for them, Hindus are not voting? So you have
This is what the Congress Party and the India Alliance needs to think about, Suman. I'm also saying good evening to
they don't
Radhika
need to
Kheda, who's the
think
national spokesperson of the BJP. She's on the show now with us. You know, Radhika, what Suman said before you joined us on the show is that, see, if you look at the elections in Haryana, and he's assuming a situation where the Congress will win the elections, the BJP will be defeated. So
I'm not saying
Sumant is making a premise that the BJP's all Hindu versus Muslim politics is defeated. All this is canard because you are the people who identify, communities with their clothes, is the charge, Radhika.
Also heard that they're talking about if people are again and again voting for DMK, that means they're doing something right. First, we have been in power for 2 back-to-back terms and we're going to come back again. The Congress, your alliance's biggest partner, has not been able to cross 99 seats, a party which has ruled the country for over 54 years. The entire opposition got together and you could not even manage a total number of as many seats as the Bharatiya Janata Party alone has. So they're saying that we are only limited to one religion or one caste or one type of voters just shows your political immaturity as an analyst or whatever. Maybe you're a political leader, because I cannot see the person on screen.
That is
having said that, the Bharatiya Janata Party, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, is absolutely doing something. And definitely doing something right, which is why we are in power again and again, which is why people are rejecting your
Suman, please let her complete her point. There's no point talking over each other. You made your point. Please listen to her. Yes, Radhika.
If we were the ones spreading hatred, we would not be in power here today. If we were the ones who was dividing the nation, we would not be here in party today. Who is the one who talks about caste census? It is the Indian Alliance. We are not the ones who talk about a caste census. The India Alliance, led by Rahul Gandhi, is adamant. Bhaiya, we want a caste census. They want to know everybody's jati, they want to know everybody's caste, they want to know everybody's religion. But Rahul Gandhi does not want to share his caste and religion.
Okay.
And so the one main big factor of the India Alliance, whether it is the DMK, whether it is the Congress Party, whether it is the Samajwadi Party, they are all anti-Hindu faces.
Okay.
They are all.
So Radhika says that the entire India Alliance is anti-Hindu, and there are multiple comments, Harish. Before I get in Dushyant and Mr. Sharma and also Jyotsna ji into this conversation, I must ask you this, Harish. When you have Udhayanidhi Stalin, the Deputy Chief Minister in the state of Tamil Nadu, who says, let's wait and see, what does he mean? Is that a dare? Is that a dare to, all of us as Hindus?
No, if you take as a dare, then the Tamil Nadu soil, the Dravidian soil will prove again and again what we stand for.
What does he mean? What does he mean by saying let's wait and see? What does he mean?
Stands for the religious politics. One second, you, madam, as an anchor, please refrain yourself from interrupting again and again.
I just want to know,
panelists, please.
Harish, see, I want to know what does he mean when he says let's wait and see.
Ma'am, please, if you. Let me complete. Even before that, if you would jump to the conclusion.
Okay, tell me, please.
First of all, the BJP, whenever we ask for any kind of development statistics, whenever the BJP, when we question about the development politics, they always come up with the religious angle. And that is the reason the 400 bar Sarkar has fallen to 240. And now this is a minority Sarkar which lost even the Ayodhya constituency. Number one. And number two, Mr. Pawan Kalyan, whose face has been fallen down with the Supreme Court order stating that he is the one who hurted the Sanatana people who has a religious sentiments across India. He made sure to fool the people by saying that the Tirupati Laddu was being adulterated with an adulterated ghee which has been with the cow fallen, etc.
You don't believe so?
Is the one
see, you are digressing. Harish, I need to pull you back to this conversation. See, I'm not going into what the Supreme Court has said. That is still an active case. There is going to be a committee finding details about that story. But please tell me, Harish, what does Udhayanidhi mean when he says, let's wait and see? Let's wait and see.
Because Supreme Court has given him a clear mandate to the TDP. Give me a second. Ma'am, you can go on and on. Listen to the facts first. Supreme Court has given a clear fact in front of Andhra government.
Okay.
And made sure this Pawan Kalyan is a buffoon in front of Indian people. He made sure to deliberately attack the sentiments of the Sanatana Dharma believers of India. And now, after he hurted the sentiments of Indian Hindus, now he has been coming to Tamil Nadu, making sure to
Harish, see, I'm not sure if you've heard my question. The question was on Udhayanidhi Stalin, but you've spoken only on Pawan Kalyan. And this name calling does not suit anyone, right? I mean, why should we go into slander, name calling for anyone? For your own personal gains, don't do that, please.
Madam.
Yes, sir.
Madam.
Yes, sir.
Pawan Kalyan raised the question which has been directed to Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin. And Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin has reciprocated whatever he said during 6 months back. And now the ruling government has been running for almost 3.5 years. And the same Sanatana Dharma issue has been blown out of the proportion by the Godi media. And
It's
we
been
have
blown
won
out of
40 out of
proportion,
40
you say.
after hearing that. And
Okay, let me get in Jyotsna ji. Let me get in
Tamil
Jyotsna ji quickly before Chandru ji comes in and also Dushyant. Jyotsna ji, so we are all guilty of blowing things out of proportion, you know, because Hindus are tolerant. Hindus are supposed to remain quiet. We cannot complain. We cannot register our protest. We can have an Udhayanidhi Stalin who says, let's wait and see.
No, we can also have a Udhayanidhi Stalin also say that Sanatana Dharma is something, equal to diseases like dengue and malaria, and we keep our mouth shut. And they expect us to keep our mouth shut. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'll tell you why. Because even a person, I don't know who, from which party he is, but he just called, he has done name calling in your show to a deputy chief minister of a state. But again, that's up to his common sense. I'm not going to talk about it. But do they really know what Sanatana Dharma is? Because I'll tell you one thing. In the entire speech, whatever was, either it was today or day before yesterday or whenever, or even before that, did anywhere Pawan Kalyan Garu or any other person, let's assume you or me or anybody else, did we ever talk about Sanatana Dharma relating to any particular religion? Or Sanatana Dharma, because we believe in Sanatana Dharma, or because we are Hindus, or because we are something else, are we demeaning other religions, or are we demeaning other people who have different faiths? Definitely not, right? He hasn't uttered a word about any other religion. He hasn't uttered he hasn't done that name calling to any other religion. Do they really know what Sanatana Dharma is? It talks about, it promotes values like, I should tell you, dharma, karma, samsara, moksha. They do really know what it is? It in fact talks about emphasizing living in coordination and in harmony with nature and understanding the core values. Understand what is Sanatana Dharma. For your convenience, you equate it with Hinduism, you equate it with something else.
Now,
my problem here is only one thing, Deepti ji. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Deepti ji, please allow me. The point is, Pawan Kalyan Garu, because he said, why did he quote about that? Yes, they have a question saying that why did he quote about Sanatana Dharma? See, the point is, a sin has happened, a sin committed in Tirumala, right? And we see people making, trying to make a mockery out of it. They are trying to do it. People are saying, when a report comes that something, bad has happened, they say that, nahi, kuch bhi nahi hua. And the matter is sub judice. And they still have the guts to say that, no, we don't need a sit. We don't need anything.
Yes, and Jyotsna ji, I don't think we need to go that far. I know, Suman, see, the matter is sub judice. Jyotsna ji is right. But the point is, what about Rahul Gandhi? Rahul Gandhi, when he says what happened during Pran Pratishtha was just about Nach and Gana, how can we have such a silence unless all of you agree with what Rahul Gandhi says? Now, Chandru ji, you have multiple questions to respond to, sir. There are questions that have been raised also on your party, on the kind of politics you practice, whether you love to divide and rule people. But tell me one thing, do you believe Rahul Gandhi was wrong when he said Pran Pratishtha was just about Nach Gana? And do you think that Pawan Kalyan there is making a fair point? Because he says you might hate us, you might hate Narendra Modi, but why do you want to berate Lord Ram?
First, this one is Sanatana Dharma doesn't require any guardian. It protects itself for centuries. Today, Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin or Mr. Pawan Kalyan or Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, these people today, especially having some political compulsions, they are making all these comments. It is not correct. Especially in Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, when he was a chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, he constructed 5 Venkateswara Swami temples and Vakula Mata, the mother of Venkateswara Swami temple. He proved that secularism in Andhra Pradesh, this is the way how to run the government by satisfying all the religions. Very unfortunately, whether Mr. Pawan Kalyan's declaration or Mr. Dayanidhi or someone's this one, or Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, who is having the photography or a statue of Lord Buddha talking about Hindu Dharma, and they wanted to protect. All this is a political gimmicks, and it is completely a political this one. We are
and what about Rahul Gandhi, sir? What do you think about Rahul Gandhi and his umpteen comments?
It is only a political games. All this, even Rahul Gandhi or Mr. Stalin or Mr. Chandrababu Naidu or Mr. Pawan Kalyan.
Okay. Okay, I will now get in Dushyant Sridhar here because, he's non-political. He's a Vedic scholar. He has some very strong opinion on the entire issue. Dushyant, there's a reason why I wanted you to speak at the end because, somewhere there is a sense, Dushyant, that is coming in that Hindus as a community is orphaned. There is no one that is standing for all of us as Hindus. Political parties with their own interest, with their own particular vote banks, they continue to use us. That's it. No one stands for us.
Yeah. Namaskaram, Deepti, and namaskaram to all my fellow panelists. Thanks for the patience. Very quickly, Deepti, in the last 1 year or so, 1.5 years, I was just counting while I was momentarily jobless. 50 appearances on the television channel regarding Manas was being targeted, Valmiki Ramayana was being targeted, stones were pelted. So whether there is a political capital to this or not is a different question. But at the end of the day, Hindus have been targeted. I wouldn't say that this religion will immediately perish or it will go into oblivion, but that is the truth. And coming to specifically to Shri Udhayanidhi Stalin's comments, in the conference where he did say that Sanatana Dharma is cholera, is malaria, is like AIDS. You won't believe 2 minutes before he started speaking, the ideologue Veeramani made it very clear. He said that Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism are one and the same. That is there for people to watch. So as soon as he finished his speech, it was Udhayanidhi Stalin who said it is like AIDS and cholera. It is there. It's well documented. That is why there were plenty of cases. And today he's the deputy chief minister. I have no problems with it. At the same time, name calling somebody as a buffoon and all of that on national television should be avoided whomsoever. And coming to another point, Deepti, today it seemed to me as if he was just trying to whitewash. It is not about having electoral dividends. It's not about one party winning and the other party losing. It is about the slander that is made against religion, about religious texts, and the last 70 years doesn't give anybody the license to continue with that slander. And last of all, I did hear that one of the political spokespersons is savior. For your kind information, there is an age-old statement, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Those who take steps and measures is for this reason that Adi Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, Vedanta Deshika, all the Alvars, Nayanmars, and people across castes strived across the country to save Dharma. To say that, Sanatana Dharma.
Yes, and Dushyant, I am just struggling to hear you better because of your bad line, but I'm just remembering a comment that Yogi Adityanath had made, कि अगर हम बटेंगे तो कटेंगे. And much like what you said कि धर्म की रक्षा करने के लिए खुद सामने आना होगा. Radhika, Jyotsna ji and all gentlemen, for the moment, thank you so much. But I want to see what Udhayanidhi means when he says we'll wait and watch, and whether Rahul Gandhi would be willing to apologize to more than 97 crore Hindus in the country before he seeks our vote again. Thank you so much for watching.